If there's one thing that the UFC have taught us, beyond of course what greedy pigs Dana read and his TKO daddies are, it's that interim championships are a long-term hindrance whenever they crop up. Just go ahead and keep that, and the fact that one of the main things advertised for tonight was Cody Rhodes reacting to teaming with CM Punk at Saturday night's lame event in mind. That's the type of show we're sitting in for right now. Cody Rhodes reacts like he's Tyrone Magnus or SS Sniper Wolf or something. Good grief. Anyways, to kick things off, Gunther had some passable heat as he cut an angry promo on his issues with Nick Aldis. Adam Pearce seemed to suggest that someone high up in the company is apparently protecting Gunther from getting sacked for his just shocking behavior over the past couple of weeks. But who? Probably an angle that goes nowhere, let's be honest. Cody Rhodes then ran out for a quick bust-up. Oof, so dramatic. Before angrily roaring, "Enough!" like a bad child actor trying to find some non-existent bass in his still unbroken voice. Anyways, we're getting Rhodes versus Gunther tonight, main event. I guess that was Rhodes' reaction thing, maybe. And you know, it really wouldn't be the end of the American Nightmare to take a little break from the title picture after SummerSlam, assuming the rumors of a lengthy CM Punk reign prove to be true. And what's wild there, of course, is that Punk drawing over 1 million viewers is a success by modern standards. That's where the supposedly beloved Renaissance-era WWE is now. A well-liked non-draw from yesteryear doing marginally better than a slew of industry plants is a success. Just a bit sad, really. Finn Balor continued to shed the Pin Balor name next with a win over a man twice his size in tall Tonga. One thing to note about the former Hikuleo is that he is a tall guy. I think that's all. He's pretty dull otherwise, quite lifeless as a character. A listless big man, as he was in New Japan before this, where the geniuses in the New Japan Creative Office decided to have him go over all of their new-gen stars a few years back before he ducked out for the WWE money just a few months later. Bets on when New Japan finishes, fading into irrelevancy. Anyone? Anyways, this was a standard David versus Goliath type match with Balor basically one-man showing most of it. Balor works well from underneath as a skilled underdog babyface, but there's not much else to say here. Damian Priest then hinted at challenging CM Punk for the gold. It ain't 2024 anymore, Damian Priest. Triple Nose threw you in the bin and found some new toys to play with. And then, of course, we get a teaser for WWE Unreal. Because you know, it's essential you remember just how fake all of this fake pro wrestling fakery is. Fake. And I know what you're gonna say. This is all scripted entertainment, or well, alleged entertainment. We're all sitting down to watch here. Very true. But when you sit down to watch House of the Dragon, or Daredevil, or whatever consumer content it is that you enjoy, do you sit down to be reminded of the acting and the effects, or do you want to switch your brain off and enjoy it properly as a little bit of escapism for an hour or two? Same logic should apply here, especially given kayfabe was a cultural necessity for professional wrestling for generations. Tiffany Stratton buried Fatal Pinfluence next by overcoming a 3-on-1 beatdown to still win a match over one of those Fatal Pinfluence ladies. This year's Women's Money in the Bank will be for an interim women's belt because Wea Whipwee is out hurt. Again. Traditionally, wrestlers just vacated these scripted prizes when they got injured, like Batista in 06 or John Cena in 07, but neither of those two reminded Triple H of his dearly lost China while he was in charge, I suppose. Oh yes, it appears Triple Nose and his trusty writing pal, ChatGPT, want a constipated hold-up in the women's title scene here, like what's been going on with the UFC's heavyweight scene ever since John Jones tore his pec cruising for men in Los Angeles comedy bars. Also, actually, on that note, when Fatal Influence first popped up on the main roster not too long ago, you had all of these simp marks going ballistic, creaming their brown-stained tighty-whities over some piped-in booze for a lame duck cheap heat debut.
They're the next big thing. Thank you, Triple H. Thank you.
And here we are, a few months later, and the three of them can't handle El Grande Americanos demoted to the mid-card X. Yeah, that sure sounds like the next big thing, all right? Oh my goodness, another women's match. Jade Cargill versus Nepo Snacks, two stiff hams stumbling around like they actually belong in a ring or something. Not much of anything happened before Charlotte Facelift came out to avenge Alexa Bliss's arm from last week by ensuring Jade Cargill qualifies for Money in the Bank. Okay then. Apparently all that Botox has fried poor Charlotte's brain, and her idea of revenge is helping her nemesis out. But then again, being made to look stupid in the booking has been a tradition for her ever since she returned from injury last year, so who knows. Fraxium versus War Raiders next. None of these guys are ever going to be megastars, but they're both fun pairings who can do some nifty stuff between the ropes. The action here focused heavily on the styles clash between the pair as the explosive, hard-hitting War Raiders looked to ground the hyper-athletic, high-flying Fraxium. The pace was quick throughout, and built to a strong climax when Nathan Fraser hit a Phoenix Splash for a near fall. After a rapid-fire exchange between the teams, the Raiders crushed Axiom with a big double chokeslam for the win. Solid TV match overall, quite entertaining. Next up was half of the show focused entirely on recaps, card rundowns, commercials that seemingly went on forever. Despite a jam-packed roster, and a venue of live fans to entertain, and supposedly millions of people watching at home, apparently WWE don't know what to do with half of their airtime for these shows, so it's just non-stop remember what happened last week. What a waste of time. I pity the poor people who watch this live. When I was done fast-forwarding through all that, we got an awful, just truly awful, Danhausen segment where he threatened J.D. McBighead with a stuffed cat or something. I don't know, I'm just glad no one walked in on me watching this part, to be honest. And wrestling is always a bit silly, a bit campy, but you truly know something is the pits when you're worried other people think you watch it. Main event time, Rhodes versus Gunther. Can Gunther finally get a win over Rhodes? Can anyone in singles, without an army of shenanigans, get a win over Rhodes? Probably not. Rhodes brings the fight to Gunther, and the moment Gunther makes a comeback, we get an ad break. Okay then. Gunther was on rather lazy form here, relying on chops and anemic strikes only. The chop gimmick really ran out of steam in the first year or so of the ring general on the main roster. It peaked with his famous Clash at the Castle bout with Sheamus, and has enjoyed lesser returns in the years since. Gunther going after Rhodes' bum leg brought CM Dogpaw out to look on unapprovingly en route to another commercial break. 2 commercial breaks in the main event between 2 men who are allegedly main eventers. Rhodes made a hero's comeback en route to slapping his father's arch-enemy from the good old days' figure 4 leg lock before Soimy Lame attacked CM Punk on the outside. Incredibly anemic showdown between these 2 less than stellar alleged main event stars. Anyways, this distracted Rhodes, who heroically dives to the outside to rescue his apparent friend, CM Punk, leading to Zayn attacking Rhodes as well. Sami Zayn really has it in for Cody Rhodes the past few months, but when you stop and think about it, of all the men in this Saturday night's main event match we're getting, who has wronged Zayn the least? The obvious answer is actually Cody Rhodes. And it was Gunther who caused the Rhodes match. Zayn had been preparing for to get changed last minute. But it's Rhodes that Lame is going after, handing his bleach-blonde nemesis, apparently, the second utterly pointless DQ win of the night on this show. What half-hearted, half-assed booking! The one redeeming feature here was that the post-match brawl was pretty entertaining between these four. That's 2 weeks in a row now where SmackDown has actually ended off on something entertaining with a bit of chaos. That makes it feel a little more engaging. Maybe you should check it out next week, if you've forgotten how much of the slop there was before that ending segment. Overall, this was largely a filler episode to promote a filler Saturday event on the road to SummerSlap.